Hello there, my name is Skull. Welcome back to Disco Elysium. Last time we have trying to find some information to get the whole story from Titus to see if we can get at least to know why they have lied to us and get the whole picture what's going on with the body. And we decided I think the one way we can possibly get through this is if we can get friendly with the union boss and their company, and to do so we decided to help Evrart by opening an apartment door for him. So we're going to be doing that. We have the key. All we need to now do is open this door in the background, in the backyard of the basement apartment. This must be it. The basement door is weather worn. The copper nails holding the upholstery in place have turned green from sea air, and there's a knocker shaped like a lion's head. The royal lion, Guillemy's kitten. This knocker will last a lifetime, and then some. Press your ear against the door. The leather upholstery is worn and rough against your jaw. You don't hear any movement. In fact, it's oddly silent in the yard around you. Nor birds chirp. Good to know. Alright, let's use Manania's key to unlock the door. You try to be as silent as you can. It takes a bit of rattling of the handle to loosen the bolt. Finally, the door unlocks with a small clack. Thoughts race through your head. Good job. Let's go now. I'm sure there's nothing interesting in there. Only curiosity could account for stepping over that threshold. Maybe there's treasure in there, a white alligator, a fountain of quicksilver. As you hold the open door, you can feel the air moving, a little draft, a whistle. Okay, we'll go let Evrart know the door's unlocked. Got some time running. Yeah, I love the beats. Boom. Alright, there we are. There's the door. I don't feel like I need this anymore. I was using it to try to cover that sound. I apologize if I'm making sounds of drinking some water over here in the back. Let's go down through here. Got a long way to get to good old Evrart Claire, because his office is very far away. I'm using the arrow keys right now to make it a little bit easier than clicking, so... Oh shit. The office worker guy is still there, huh? Alright. So container can open, equip a pry bar. Well, we already have that. Hey Evrart. Job's done, you know?
Mr. Dubois, a pleasure as always. You don't have to sit down this time, since you're already sat on that chair.
I opened the door you asked me. Can we discuss this murder now? Hey, pleasant experience. Sweet, open the apartment door for Evrart. I'm very glad to hear that, Harry. He smiles with a smile. One question. You didn't actually happen to stumble in and see what's inside the apartment, did you? The deal wasn't for me to go inside, so I didn't. You're right, Harry. You only had to unlock the door. He gives you a clever look. Which you did, so we're all good here. Now let's get down to brass tacks. It's time for men like me and you to figure out who's killed and who and why. He pins through all of his sleeves. Real police work is gonna start happening now. I promise you, Harry, this is gonna be good. I've heard about a connection between the lynching and the strike. I'd like to hear about what you know. I'd like to hear what you know about. By now I'm sure you figured out who the dead man was working for. The bad guys, Wild Pines, sent to scare us. Another violent measure of the top hats against us flat caps. I'm listening. Harry, this strike is the accumulation of many mistakes made by the Wild Pines group. I tried to shut the strike down by sending in armed mercenaries. You mean a victim? He nodded gravely. As security contractor, can you imagine that? Workers standing in peaceful protest, united in the spirit of fellowship, and they send hired killers to mow us down and machine gun fire. He performs a motion as if spraying bullets from a machine gun. Sorry, did that sound to me? It's actually a little bit different for a machine gun. I'm talking beasts, hardened killers from proxy wars in Yasut, Sevenin, Saramizra, you name it, they've done it. Raping, killing, burning villages, killing little children for the Sonorita Pineapple Company. Harry, everything they did there they brought over here. They want to turn Ravacho into a third world slum. Honestly, the only thing they didn't do is kill the village elephant. Hold on, you have a village elephant? No, Harry, the elephant is metaphorical, and so is the village, but the mercs and their brutality are very real. Go on. Now, I haven't personally witnessed the brutalities out there. I have the luxury of staying in my container, you see. If I need to go somewhere, they just move my container. He laughs. Wait, they move the container? Yes, I'm an old man, Harry. My legs aren't what they used to be. They lift my office with that big crane. It's actually very fun. You should try it out. Okay, hold the phone. You ask your men to move the freaking container you're in? I don't know. To me, that sounds just so. What? I understand for his size. I mean, he's a big dude. In terms of, like, I think moving would be difficult, but still, man, like, you're what the hell? That's like textbook corruption, in my opinion. But enough about me and my fun container. Fun container. His face turns serious. The killers the company hired. I think there were 3 of them, all hardened commando types. One of them got downright suicidal, getting drunk, violent, a little rapey. Shakes his head. Even their own negotiator couldn't control him. That's your boy, the one who likes hanging out in trees. By negotiator, you mean Joyce. Harry, he says, ignoring the lieutenant. What you need to realize is, we dock workers are not pushovers. We got grit, Harry. This whole neighborhood does. Push us hard enough and we push back, and when we do, raises his finger, we push to kill. And an entire neighborhood of killers. So wait, the whole neighborhood is in on it? Potentially, Harry, potentially. We got armed wrestling champions, rowing club people, ex-coal miners, tough guys all ready to sprint into action for their home base. Well, who exactly did the pushing? There's a militant wing inside the Union, a group of people whose duties don't involve manual labor but peacekeeping in the neighborhood, just making sure everything runs smoothly. They're like you guys, not Sue, your lieutenant, idealistic people who want to make sure bad things don't happen, and if they already have, well, punishment must follow. So these idealists killed our victim? One day, Titus Hardie, leader of this peacekeeping faction, comes up to me and says, Boss, socialist democratic fervor drove us to take it upon ourselves to kill this beast that was burdening the land. He probably worded it differently, but that was the idea. Sure sounded to me like they killed him. He chuckles. I gave them 2 weeks paid leave and told them to lay low to avoid retaliation. Aren't you worried we might arrest them for this? Oh, I'm not at all worried about that. These are not the kind of men who get arrested. They're Martinez boys, tough and gritty. I like to see the man who takes them in. He chuckles. Besides, I sent my lawyer girl to look after them. If he's just boasting, then it sure doesn't feel like that to you. He's not worried. Alright. How do you know the mercenaries were hired by the shipping company? How do I know? Well, let me tell you about these people. He slams his fist on the desk. That's their MO. It's what they do. Last winter, some poor workers in Terminal E went on a little strike. The company sent in Sediment, a security contractor. The strike was over. The workers' right to wear protective footwear, Harry. These guys turn up and start beating people. Tell you what, Harry, I wouldn't be surprised if we got the same mercenary company. After a little rebranding, I'm sure as hell not surprised to see an army of scabs under my gates. So you believe the scabs are organized by the security contractor? You said it. Hell, the fist slams on the desk again. One of those guys looked big enough to take down that proverbial elephant. Boys like that don't just happen to show up during strikes. He's not scared of them. If anything, he likes them being here. Strange. You mentioned the lawyer girl. Oh, Liz is a bright one, he grins broadly. I paid for that law degree myself, thinking it'll probably turn her all fancy, but hell, Harry, she came back a firebrand socialist. Sometimes she scares me with her zeal. Tell me about Titus Hardie and his crew. Oh, they are simple, fine young men, all 7 of them. Exemplary union members, always working to advance their position in the local social democratic movement. Core members. Old Theo used to run them, but things really kicked into gear when Titus took the reins and named the group after himself. Starts laughing. Gotta love his initiative. Interesting. Who's second in command? They're almost all of them. Great guys, born leaders. What had happened, I'm sure they only had the best interests of Martinez and Rebutrol in mind. Work with them, hell, interview them, but don't fight them. They really are just like you. Men who like beer, women, and some order on the streets. Separate one from the herd. So let me ask you this. So let me ask this. Which one of the Hardie Boys is your least favorite? Oh, that would definitely be Fat Angus. His feet smell from a city block away. And he's always having noisy stomach troubles. Horrible, revolting guy. Ooh, we're blackmail something. No, that's not our MO though. Crap. Well, you might have to. What if I pinned this on someone and just quietly? You would die, Harry, he says, grinning. You would die in the process, start a bloody and completely unnecessary war between the Debauchees Union and the Citizens Militia. Agnes, his ever-growling stomach, and his smelly fur are all part of the Union. You have as much right to arrest him as I have to arrest your partner here, points the lieutenant. Actually less, because this is my hometown, my territory, and my backyard. You're a guest here, Harry. Please remember that. Oh, Harry, he starts laughing. This is getting real grim, and there's no need for that. We are friends. He sits back and looks you in the eye with a wide smile. Evrart, I met these Hardies. Can you ask them to cooperate with me? But of course! It's the least I can do for my good friend Harry. I'll do it right after we've concluded this talk. You can now go and tell Titus about this. See what he has to say. Also, Harry, here's 5 real, he yells at a back note. Wait, what are you giving me to me? I'm not giving you anything. I'm just holding out 5 real. Needless to say, this is another move. Don't take it. I mean, I don't need it. I only want you to help me with the Hardie Boys. Oh, I wasn't offering it to you, just holding it out there, he pockets the bill. But I'm willing to share information. Was there anything else? That's all we needed to ask him. Good talk, let's conclude for now. Was it a good talk? He leans back, suddenly worried. Oh, Okay. One moment, guys. We'll have to pause. Alright, my apologies for that pause, guys. I thought I heard someone at the door, so I had to check it out. My bad. Alright, anyway. Was it a good talk? He leans back, suddenly worried. I'm not sure we made much headway here. I was hoping we'd bust the case wide open. Heck, I even wanted to tell you what I really want to achieve with the strike. I don't know what happened, Harry. I wanted you to feel like Mr. Martinez, and of course I also wanted you to find your gun. Great sadness comes over him. But it's like I can't completely trust you yet. Yet? Yes, Harry, it's like I can't fully trust you if you're not a man on the left, he says, slowly shaking his head. I want to, but I just can't. Oh, he's been hurt too much in the past by men who aren't social democrats. Oh, lordy, that's getting political. This is another correct scheme, isn't it? I'm neither left nor right. I do what my heart tells me to do. And what does your heart tell you about your lost gun, Harry? Does it tell you to forget about it, or do you think it wants to be found? He picks something from his teeth. I think it's lonely and cold. I think it wants to be found. I have a proposal for you. And what would this entail? Once again, I require nothing unethical or illegal for you. You just need to get 2 little signatures on the piece of paper. Pulls out an envelope and then mail it to my accountant in La Delta. Kim, what do you think of this? It depends. I don't think what we just got from Mr. Claire was very useful, says Evrart. But he thinks it's your call. As I said, it weighs on me heavily. He bows his head on unashamed and looks up and smiles. But once we get really talking, well, I'm gonna hand you the keys to Martinez, and maybe even help you figure out who's behind this killing. Okay, what are the signatures for? I'm glad you asked, Harry. The Union is going to build a modern youth center in Martinez. Turns broadly. It will be righteous. We're gonna get those teenagers off drugs and on roller skates. We just got a breakthrough. There's a nameless little street on the coast with some old houses around it. Most people have already signed. I just need 2 more signatures to get this mission off the ground, Harry. And where is this place exactly? It depends. I don't think we just got what we just got from Mr. Claire was very useful, said Evrart. Oh wait, I already asked that. Alright. Where's this place exactly? On the coast, Harry. Across the canal, there's a cul-de-sac there. A little village, they're calling it. A gloomy place. You'll find it. I trust your detective skills, Harry. Water drips from the eaves. A woman looks at her freshly tarred skiff. There's a pair of cavalry boots under the fish in the box, and the wind howls like a vicious spirit. And what will happen to the current occupants? They're just gonna have to deal with the construction noise for 6 months, and they'll be living like kings. Right next to the fancy new youth center, signed by the best architects from Salamartis. Okay, so as far as I'm correct, So we want to get the gun, we have to get him to help us. Now we either do it by ourselves, or we get his help, which is a breakthrough in rigorous self-righteousness. We'll see about that. I don't know what to choose here, because honestly I would want to find my gun, but I have to work for him, and honestly I don't want to work for more, but if we're forced to. God damn, I hate this. Fine, if I happen to be there, I can ask them. You bring joy to my heart, Harry. Such a pleasure to be working with you. Here, he hands you with an open white envelope. You need to go get signatures from Isobel, Sadia, and Lillian Carter. The cul-de-sac is right past the pawn shop and across the canal. I heard there's some trouble with the warlock, but they should fix it by Wednesday morning. Once you have their signatures, mail this to 13022 La Rocca and La Delta. Then we can talk about your gun. Runs his fingers through his thin hair. Alright, everyone, I'm going to leave now, but we might talk again later. Well, now I have to get a decision from Evrart, but to do so we need to go get them from the nameless fishing village. Meantime, though, thought complete. Rigorous self-critique. Here it is, the hard facts from the man you are. You once jerked off in the locker room and were caught. You held a young woman by the arm and kept her in your apartment for 20 minutes against her will. That's right, these are not flights of fancy. These are real deeds, Harry, emerging from the darkness of your past. You tried shooting a fleeing suspect in the foot, but hit him in the pelvis, tripling him for life. And above all, you let life defeat you. All the gifts your parents gave you, all the love and patience of your friends, you drowned in a neurotoxin. You let misery win, and it will keep on winning until you die or overcome it. Int and Psi red check failures heal +1 morale. Fees and motor red check failures heal +1 health. Learning cap for pain threshold raised to 6. Okay, that's pretty helpful, I have to say. He also have a date bird generator. Okay, we need about 10 more points to level up. And we got our information that we need, I guess, so now we have another freaking task to do for Mr. Evrart Claire. Damn him. Well, now we gotta go and head back to meet up with the Hardie Boys. I think that's the next step we should at least consider doing, so we can, you know, get this case moving at least. See why they actually did this. Excuse me. Oh, excuse me. Ugh. Oh yeah. So you guys are probably asking me, like, why are you using boombox? The boombox is going to be used every time we get in this area. Because it's helpful. Alright, let's go get the whole story from Hardie. I got a new white envelope, alright. I'll try to it later. Just in case, I'm gonna save the game if we need this. Confirm. Never know what happens. There he is.
It's you again. What is it?
Me never talked. He promised you'd cooperate. Oh, so you went and talked to my mommy and now she's making me play with you. He spits. Is that it, lawman? What's gonna happen if we don't? The little guy leans forward. Gonna go and tell on us? Very mature, guys. Evrart sent word right. Yeah, I heard him. The fuck do you think I'm doing here? You'd have your ass handed to you if it wasn't for the boss man's word. Let me state this very clearly, capo. He clears his throat and declares, Hello, officer. I'm Titus Hardie, and these are my boys, Hardie Boys. How may we assist you? Explosive laughter follows. To his men, Titus Hardie is a golden god. They want to laugh at his jokes even before they leave his lips. This guy is a born leader. Oh, but the rhetoric is still so low. Ooh, ever asked to cooperate? This cost 8 Hardie. Damn it. So we're still at dead end then, because we need to ask these guys, and we need to have a high rhetoric. So
It's you again. What is it?
I want to talk about the hanging again. Again, just get the dead guy out of our craft since you're his biggest fan. There's a laughter in the room. The little guy is loud. Good one, Titus. He fawns. How did you kill him? We hanged him up by his neck until he got real still. Wasn't that obvious, copper? Didn't they teach you anything at the cop school, idiot? You're pretty sure you've had at least 2 years of cop school and many more of active service. Certainly enough to not put up with this backsass. Liver knockback observation. Now you listen to me, Sonny Jim. The autopsy showed the victim's hands weren't tied. No signs of struggle. Explain this and make it real simple. He looks even more interested than before. Look, I'm not gonna play 20 questions with your capo. I'll say it again. We killed him. Yeah, I knocked him out. The tattooed one speaks up, banging on his chest. Came up behind him and clubbed him in the back of the head. Went down like a sack of sand. That's right, lawman. He spits through his teeth. And then we hang the fuck. Mr. Tass, what do you use to knock the victim out? My fucking elbow, copper. He looks at you straight in the eye. Samurai boxing style. Where did all this action take place? Right fucking here. He spreads his hands. Eugene already told you that the fuck had started coming to our bar. Yeah, man. Weren't you listening? Things aren't quite right here, are they? Let's do the composure check. Check successful. Ty is as solid as rock, and so are a few others, but who's cracking under the pressure? This one. He's sweating profusely and has difficult breathing. They've smartly kept him out of the conversation thus far. Definitely the weakest link in the chain. A single sentence would wear him out. He can't take the length of the questioning. Like it going long enough and he'll crack. Hey you, turned the big guy. You having trouble breathing over there? No, he looks up startled, his forehead shining from sweat. Two cold locks are peeking out from under his worn woolen hat. Of course he's having trouble breathing. Just look at how fucking fat he is. The man next to the big guy bursts out laughing. Fuck off, Shanky. The big boss steps in. Angus is a powerful guy, all muscle. Keep your eye on this powerful guy. Sooner or later he's going to break like a piece of twig. Well, there's something you're not telling me. And fuck you too, Copper, picking an angles like that. We're done with this schoolyard shit. And just so you know, he doesn't have trouble breathing. His all muscle comment wasn't sarcastic. He's generally trying to look out for Angus. This one's a stone wall. You won't get more out of them about the night of the murder. Not yet. Right, I have other questions about the lynching. Like what, Copper? We got level up. We can always increase our rhetoric. Now rhetoric... What do I do to arrest you? Step closer to Titus. Yeah, law man. He takes a step closer as well, using his ball cap. Why don't you? Not in the arresting mood. His mean little eyes come alive with hatred. I fear for reading this. Like an electrical charge raises hairs in the room. By our side, Lieutenant kept his hand away from his holster. The nylon of his coat hiss as he steps closer. Easy. Walk back from the provocation. They're armed and outnumber us. Lieutenant tries to establish eye contact with you. Easy now, let's just talk. Wise move. He leans back against the table. You made the right choice then. Now make another one and get the fuck out of our boot. We're gonna do this again. No more questions? About fucking time. Alright, we're gonna need high rhetoric. I'm gonna take off for now. Alright, so if we're gonna have to pump rhetoric even though we have literally stupid intelligence, give you a heads up, guys. Alright. We're gonna need somehow to get a compressor. What's our rhetoric? What reduces our rhetoric? This one. There we go. Alrighty, so let's see how we do with him again. It's 8%.
What is it?
Okay. Let's see how we do now. We can always pump it up when we need to. So let's do 8% chance to see how this works. Check failure. I don't know what went wrong last time. You have so many good ideas here. Make them all their puppets on a string. Oh lordy, this is gonna be bad if I do this. I know what's going on here. I've been wronged too. I got this fucking dark shadow over my heart. What are you talking about? As I awakened in this world, something came with me. An ancient sadness. Oh, that shadow. A man your age, the hangover must be little. Measure you up. Never thought I'd say this, but maybe you should cut back on the drink. That is a lie. You should cut forward on the drink. That's enough for the shadow now, officer. Let's do proceed to questions, or even, also toward the exit. Why not take a little breather? These working class oafs don't know how to talk about feelings. You shouldn't have opened up to them, or anyone. Well, let's get rhetoric one. I think it's time we get this. Yep. Shit. That's the only way we'll get them to talk, I think, which kind of sucks. And we just took a hit in morale again, so we are gonna have to go back out here. Again, we have hit another end, essentially. Oops, sorry about that. The game kind of lied on me. Let's see what other ways you can get. So, we got unfriendly with the Union boss. We really need to get to know with Classy. Maybe we can look around for witness, which we know where it is. We haven't investigated the body. Let's see if we can have a chat with Classy. Maybe, I don't know, maybe we can do something with her. But we need legendary more to get to know her, so I don't think it's going to be possible. Oh, sorry I'm stuck again, guys. This game really gets us stuck in very interesting positions. Actually, alright, looking at the time right now, guys, I think I'm going to end the episode here. This is a good stop to end. We need to figure out how we can get Titus Hardie to essentially convince him. Hope you guys enjoyed the episode. If you did, please give it a like, subscribe to the channel, comment down below if you have queries or questions. Until then, I'll catch you guys later in the next episode. See you later.